Greetings, dear precious spirit soul that you are. Wonderful to be with you. I'm using these ski poles because there's a lot of ice out here right now, and then that helps me to keep my balance right out here. Great, great, great. So breathe into your heart. In through your nose, follow the breath, and then exhale through the mouth. It's a wonderful thing is this pranayama, breath. Breathe into your heart. Yeah, so nice. All right, be right there. My topic, fast forward to get what you want. That fast forward is kind of a cool thing. What that means is it's kind of a trick. And you kind of have to use some tricks, in a sense, to, at least I call them that, to get you to where you want to be in consciousness. And therefore in manifestation, which happens automatically like that. And the fast forward is to be there now. And that's a book that I'm working on. So be there now. And people say, well, what about be here? Well, people don't want to be here. They want to be there. So my thought, well, be there here. Isn't that great? So be there here. And what happens is we've been taught to believe that you know, we're going to do something and we're going to attain something. That, you know, if you do this, everybody will like you. But if you do that, nobody will like you. Or if you do this, blah, 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 you'll attain that. And if you don't do that, then this is what's going to happen to you. So now just notice that so much of that is being told to us by others. The key always in your spiritual sleuthing and your detective work to find clues that you can apply and to realize and activate who you truly are in every way, beyond layers of ignorance and the glass darkly and all of that. And that's your job. That's the greatest work. This is it right now. And that's the intelligent thing to do, because you're an observer. You notice, you find something that's kind of weird going on here. What's going on? And you start to notice all this. And so many people, they just accept it all because so many movies they've been to, so much training they've been to as children to take on all this stuff. And what happens is that to not know this and who we are, people stay in a state of not enough, lack of confidence, scarcity, fear, guilt, hope, hopelessness, all of these. It keeps that because we're emotional feeling beings. Our feelings are natural. That's our love. And love has no opposites. It's an absolute. It's because it's who we are. Fear is not the opposite of love. Fear doesn't have an opposite. It's an implant. It is a perversion that causes the person to have I would call it a mind virus, that is a thought form virus, which is very strange. And then it takes over people who believe the mind, and then they are a walking, what would you, alive, a virtual reality participant. That's what happens. Now, anyway, but people say, well, you know, when I attain this, I'll be happy. Well, why can't you be happy now? Or when I get there, finally, I'll feel good. Okay, well, why can't you feel good now? You say, well, when I finally get this solved, I'll stop worrying. Well, why don't you stop worrying now? When I finally get married, then I'll feel secure that I'm loved. Well, why don't you feel secure and loved right now? Okay. And when you ask yourself that these are states of being, these are thought forms that generate emotions and feelings and actions and activities, and all of our human choices or decisions are made by an emotional reaction of some kind, a feeling, a move towards something. The tendency is always to move in the direction of what you believe or been taught or told or think will bring you future happiness and protection and security, and to avoid pain and suffering and death. Okay, so that these are all part of how this operates. And when you learn about to already be there, now is that because it is a state of being, you're not going to get it from there if you don't have it now, because it doesn't come from the outer world. And the most frustrated people are the ones the most unhappy or miserable or agitated or angry or hostile, is to actually have tremendous envy of and hatred of others, and fear because it's afraid of them, and the fear you won't have your what you think you need or want to bring you happiness and pleasure and joy and satisfaction and make you feel good and you're fabulous and finally somebody, you're not this lowly creep. This has all been taught. It's all in words, concepts, and then the generating of these feelings and emotions that then produce our perception. So the spiritual exists, yet our perception has been thwarted. And to get your perception back, you have to have the medicine. And the medicine is you have to know that you've been sick, in a sense, and what is the sickness is all of this, I don't call it negativity, but all of this violence to ourselves, this self-abuse, which then also the abuse of others, that you're not good enough. And that, and then that love comes from others, that everything comes from somebody else and out there. And that keeps then these people running after buying all these products and doing all these things and changing their bodies and anything that they can do, whatever they put on them or they don't put them on, or so that they'll finally feel good. They'll be good enough. They'll feel wonderful, and they could be who they are in every sense of the word. It doesn't mean what it is. If I lose weight, then I'll be better and everybody will love me more. If I change the color of my skin, then I'll be better. If I get all those other people who aren't nice to me, then I'll finally feel good and wonderful. It's all just control, manipulation of people through the mind. That's just what it is. And you have to know what it is. And that's what people do to each other. Okay. So when we stop doing that, the key is that you want to fast forward to what is it that you'd think that if you got there, you'd finally feel, and how come you're not feeling that now? And what this is you start listening to what your mind is telling you and about yourself and others and the stories that it's doing and what you're going to do in that. And most people, they're listening all the time. Most people can't even sleep because they haven't learned to control the mind. And you need to control the mind, and then your mind will be your friend. Okay? But if you don't control the mind is your enemy. When you control this, it means that you then have put guards up at your ears, your nose, your eyes, your senses, that you choose only that will be where you want to be when you get there. And how you make fast results is by taking and looking at what you have wanted in the future, or if it could possibly be in that sense, because it's maybe what you want, your life's work you want to be doing and such. But first of all, look at what you believe you are going to gain from all of this, that you think you're lacking in, and that's going to give you, and take a look. Where's that coming? It's from the mind. You want to feel good? You know how you feel good now? Stop torturing yourself. Breathe into your heart. And that's what I do. And I really welcome you to come to retreats and workshops. It's a great investment. And it's for counseling over the phone. And we'll set it up somehow that it's going to work good for you, because no one is left out because they say they don't have anything to give. But everybody has something to give. And that's what's really important, because we want to empower ourselves and help others. So that's my work, and I'm here to do that. So you could check out on my website. You can use all of these videos here to help you and to help others, and spread it around and apply it and use it. You have to know who you are. All things are possible. Fast forward to where you think you want to be in your next life. Come on. Fast forward to whatever it is that's there and such. And when you do that, then you use it. Was I trying to get there so that they'll love me and appreciate me? Well, what's that going to do? I'll finally stop hating myself. But you won't, because the mind will keep going and find something else. And when you know that and you get to who you really are, Breathe into your heart. Make it a habit. Make it a habit to be there now, because you are now.